accidental voicemail exposed my parents' true feelings about my wife, my family, and I'm devastated. Today was supposed to be a special day. It's my wife's birthday. Instead, I'm dealing with a mix of heartbreak, betrayal, and utter confusion. Somehow, my mother's phone accidentally called my wife, and a 10-minute voicemail was left. What I heard has shaken me to my core. My wife and I have been together since we were 17, and we've been married for 27 years. She and our 2 children mean everything to me. I always thought I had a close relationship with my parents, who are in their late 70s and early 80s. My sister, who is a few years older than me, lives with them along with her son, my nephew. They've had their struggles over the years, and I've always tried to be understanding and helpful. We've had our own ups and downs, especially in our 20s, and my parents were there to help us when we needed it most. We rebuilt our lives, and things have been going well for years now. We're in our late 40s, and though I've distanced myself a bit from my parents in the last few years, I still thought we were a close, loving family. My wife and I have felt a bit uncomfortable at their house for a while now, like we weren't really wanted, so we'd only visit if invited or after calling ahead. We've always tried to be kind and supportive, and we've even helped my parents financially and in other ways over the years. But then came this voicemail. I heard my mom, dad, sister, and nephew talking about how much they hate my wife, calling her manipulative and saying she causes division. They even said I was being manipulated by her, and they talked about her as if she was the source of all problems. Hearing them say they hate her was a shock I can't even begin to describe. None of it made any sense to me. My wife broke down in tears, and so did I. I couldn't believe this was how they felt about my family, and the vitriol and disgust, or whatever it was, in their voice was something else. I called my dad to ask what was going on, to try and understand what we did to deserve this. He dismissed it, said I'd lost my mind, and hung up on me. Later, my mom called me back in tears, and I pleaded with her to explain why they felt this way, what we had done wrong. She just kept crying and saying she didn't know, and the conversation went nowhere. I know they're probably mortified that their true feelings, ended up on my wife's voicemail. I've decided to distance myself completely and forever. I'm done. I've blocked their contacts and removed them from my phone. I can't bring myself to go somewhere I know my wife and I aren't wanted, and I refuse to be in an environment where my family is treated like this. I don't know what caused all of this. Maybe grudges from decades ago, or maybe my sister's influence. But at this point, I don't see how we could ever come back from this. And it feels like a death, and I have a horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach over this. People's feelings are their own, and I don't think that's something that can be changed, especially at this stage in life. Interestingly, I've been telling my wife for a while now that something's off, that my dad is different, and they're all distant. She would say I had it wrong and they loved us, etc. Today, she said she now understands what I was saying all along. I know this is a bit of a ramble, and I apologize for that. I'm just feeling so lost, incredibly hurt, especially for my wife, who means the world to me. If anyone has been in a similar situation or has any advice, I'd really appreciate hearing it. Thank you.